Hunter, you don't need to be in this training. One of my dogs, every time I do a training, one of my dogs has to come say hello. Y'all are attention hogs. Like, he's been asleep, and then now he's just magically awake. And just coincidentally, probably needing to go out. All right, guys, so first I'm gonna read y'all this quote that is so good, and it's basically what I want to get across in this training tonight. So I'm gonna read this, and if anybody wants me, well, actually, after this is over, I'll just post this picture in the comments so you can save it to your phone for inspiration later on. So what it says is, just show up as you are. You don't have to look or feel great. You don't have to be prepared for each challenge or know all the hows of every situation. You don't have to be fearless or have all the answers or be 100% ready. Nobody is any of these things. Nobody ever was. It's not about being perfect at all. You just have to grow up. You just have to show up as you are, despite all the objections and insecurities of your mind, despite each and every fear that threatens to hold you back, despite the limitations and criticisms others will place on you. To hell with it all. This is your life, your journey, your adventure, and all it's asking of you is to show up for it as you are. That's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. Oh, so good. Like, I just got goosebumps. Okay, so I'm so glad I found that, because it's not, I wanted to talk about, you know, the business aspect, but like, this is just so good for like everything in life. Like, not just your business, but everything in life. And it's just so good. And this business, you know, it starts with your why. Like, why are you even doing it? If you don't have a huge why, like something that is so important to you that it makes you cry and makes you emotional when you think about it and just like gives you warm and fuzzies, if your why is not that powerful, you need to reevaluate it. And maybe you're just in this for just the discount and you don't have a big why, like you don't have a big thing that you want Scentsy to do for your life. But if you don't, I want to challenge you to figure out something that you want Scentsy to do for your life. Even if you're just in this for the discount and you're working it as a hobby, I want you to figure out something that Scentsy can do for your life, for your family, you know, whatever it may be. Scentsy is the vehicle to get you anywhere you want to be. And I want you to figure out what that is. And I want to tell you this: your why has to be very detailed. It cannot just be like, I want to earn some extra money. It cannot be that. It has to be, I want to earn this much money to do this certain thing. Like, say you want to pay your mortgage every month. I want to earn $800 every month to pay my mortgage because why? That's going to be an example of what your why should be. I have mine. Okay, so if you have the Maven app, which you should, if you don't, then you're really missing out and you're shorting yourself. You need it for your business. It's very important. It's a lifesaver. Actually, one of my friends, Kelsey, one of my directors, she messaged us. We have a group message today, and she was like, maybe that, I don't know if that was today or yesterday. Anyway, all the days just like run together. But anyway, she's like, y'all, Maven is the best thing that has ever happened to me since Sophia, which is her daughter. So it's seriously the best thing ever. So if you don't have Maven, you need it. But anyway, Maven has a little spot where you can put your why on there. So like when you clear out all of your to-dos on there, it will show your why. And I love that because it's something that I look at every day and I see it right there in front of me, and it inspires me every time I see that. So you need to have your why right in front of you every single day. You need to look at it every single day. Have it in your Maven app. Have it in your planner. Have it on a sticky note on your bathroom mirror or stuck somewhere on your desk, or even frame it, like hang it above your desk. You know, whatever you have to do to see that every single day and be inspired by it. And it will keep you motivated if you are constantly looking at that. And then when you make that thing come true, redo it. Your why is going to change all the time. My why has changed, I don't even know how many times since I first joined. So Scentsy will continue to bless your life as long as you show up and do the work. So if your why is not good enough, then that you've already just, you have no purpose. You're not going to be motivated to show up if you don't have a reason. I mean, it's just like a regular job. You have a reason that you're showing up to work every day. You may not want to go to work because it's Monday. You may not want to go to work because you don't want to get up. I've been there. I was a dental hygienist. I know I basically never wanted to get up and go to work. Actually, I don't think there was a day that I just really wanted to get up and go to work. Like, come on now. So you may not want to get up and go to work. You may be sick, but guess what? You still have to go to work. It's just like that with Scentsy. You don't just give up because you have a hard day. Like you wouldn't just quit your job because you had a hard day at work. You wouldn't just not show up to work because you didn't want to get up that morning. You would get fired, right? So you have to treat Scentsy that way. This is a business. You have to work it as a business. You can't just treat it like something on the side that's like just something you do just because. I mean, unless you are that person that is content with working your business that way. At that point, it's a hobby. But if you are treating this as a business and you want this business to do great things for your life, and you are dreaming big dreams, which you should be dreaming things that scare the living crap out of you. Things that seem like they are just totally out of reach and impossible. Dream those big things and tell yourself that you can do them, because you can. We all can if we put in the work and we show up. So when you have those big dreams, though, you have to have smaller goals along the way, just like Bevan. She said, Star, here I come. She's working on promoting to Star this month, but guess what? Her ultimate goal is to be a director or above. But she has been celebrating those small accomplishments along the way, and she is excited for those. And those smaller accomplishments, which that's a huge accomplishment, Star Consultant. But when you compare it, to a huge goal, it's not as big. It's a step up to that big goal. So if you are just solely focused on that huge goal all the time and you don't even get excited for the things that are happening along the way, why would you want to keep working for that big goal? It's just going to seem so far out of reach. You have to celebrate those small successes along the way. Not small, but you know what I mean. The steps that you have to take to get there. You have to be proud of each and everything. You have to celebrate each and everything. Like, I remember when I promoted to certified consultant, I had never been so excited. Like, that was the best thing. I was so excited. And after I promoted to certified, I was like, okay, how do I get to lead? What do I need to do to get to lead? Then I got my first team member. And after that, y'all, I was not looking to grow a team. And now I have like 300 people in my group. But I was not looking to grow a team. Like, the first thing I told my husband when I joined was, I do not want a team. Because I thought, okay, I didn't know anything about direct sales when I joined, obviously. I thought that it was like a big responsibility, and I didn't know the potential of this business. I didn't know the amount of lives it blesses. I didn't know that I would be quitting my job that I went to college for to stay at home with my son because I was making more money than what I went to college for. Like, I didn't know all this stuff. I didn't know that we were going to be blessed with all this freedom of time, all this financial freedom, the ability to be with my husband when he is home because I can. The ability to watch my son grow and learn and not miss out on anything. Like, I didn't know all these things would come with this business because I joined for a discount, knew nothing about direct sales, and just luckily found out that my upline was working this as a full-time job with 2 kids and was the sole provider for her family. And I was like, okay, I have to do this. And then once I got that first team member, I started realizing what this business could do and the potential and how many lives I could bless. And the more people that kept joining under me and I kept seeing their lives be blessed, it became all about that for me. That is all that matters to me, is seeing you guys succeed, seeing you guys be happy, see you make your dreams come true, see your lives changing because of this business. Because I said yes to this business and provided you with this opportunity. And that's how you have to feel about sponsoring people. But anyway, once I promoted to lead, it was like, yes, how do I get to star? And then I just kept sponsoring, and then I got to star, and then it was superstar. And then at that point, I quit my job because my husband was getting out of the Army. We were moving back to Alabama. I was like, you know what? I'm losing my job anyway. No, I'm not making near as much as I am as a hygienist with my Scentsy business, but in a couple of months, I'm going to be, because I'm going to get to director. So what did I do? I worked my butt off. I was on the road with my husband, and at the time I was not a mom yet. We had our 2 dogs. We would take our 2 dogs with us on the road in his big truck, and they're big dogs. They are 70 and 80 pound dogs, okay? All 4 of us, we would be gone for a month at a time sometimes. I would be working my business. I worked my business on the road. I mailed things out. I mailed out team mail. I mailed out customer mail outs, all of that. In Lord knows what state we were in, we would stop at a truck stop. I would send out what I needed to send. I would make mail going down the road. I would have my mobile office with me. I would have my computer with me and be using my hotspot. And back then we didn't have unlimited data, so it was like I was always going over. We were having to pay all this extra money, so tax write-off, whatever, I'll do it. So I had to do that. I was doing Facebook parties while going down the road. One time I had a party and we were in literally the middle of nowhere. I don't even know what state we were in, but I had no service and it messed up my whole party. I was hustling, y'all. I was doing what I had to do. You cannot let your situation control you or stop you from being successful. You have to figure out a way around everything. And most of you have probably heard this story before. After that, we moved to another house that we were going to remodel. This was like in the middle of nowhere, and we had one internet company. We had no service unless you were outside on the porch or in the kitchen window, like literally in the window. We called them to get our internet set up. It was going to take them a month to come out and set up our internet. So I went a month with absolutely no service at my house. You had to walk outside to even call anybody. Couldn't work my business unless I was sitting on the counter in the kitchen in the window. So that is how I worked my business for a month, because I knew I had to. That was my only choice. I wasn't going to say, oh, well, I'm just going to give up on this business that I've built, and I'm just going to, give up on all of my customers, and, my team doesn't matter. They don't need me, and I don't need to make money to help my husband provide for us, like, whatever. No. I kept working. I did what I had to do. And that's what it means to show up. Like, you may not want to do it. You may not feel like doing it. You may be discouraged that day. You may be sick. But guess what? You have to show up. You have to do something for your business. Even if you, one day you just wake up and you realize, okay, I'm a little burnt out today. I just need to rest. You have to learn to not give up and just, don't quit. Just learn to rest. Some days you just need to rest. You cannot overwork yourself because it's going to burn you out. So if you wake up one day and you're like, okay, today I really just need to rest. I want to challenge you though, on those days that you just really need to rest, I want to challenge you to just do one thing for your business. Make sure it's income producing. Income producing things are follow up with your customers, follow up with your potential recruits, talking to new people about joining, talking to people about parties, and gaining new contacts, adding new contacts to your list of people. So whether you're doing that through social media, in person. If you have to go somewhere to run an errand, you're gonna make it a point to meet someone new that day and get their contact info and stay in touch with them. Or if you're gonna do it on social media that day, however you're gonna do it, this business is about building relationships. I cannot stress that enough. People will buy from you after they know, like, and trust you. You do not contact people asking for a sale. You contact people to get to know them, to build a relationship with them, to form a friendship with them, or, you know, just a good relationship. And if you're doing this through social media, you have to really be a positive person. You cannot allow any negativity into your posts. You have to think before you post. You have to think like a business owner, be professional. No negativity, y'all. People do not want to see negativity. They want to see positivity. There's enough negativity on Facebook. They want to see positivity. They're going to unfollow you if you're not a positive, inspiring person. So you want to post very valuable content on your Facebook and your Instagram or whatever social media platform you're using, or platforms. Valuable content. So if you are posting about Scentsy, it needs to be about your journey, or it needs to be a personal photo of something you're using that day. Like, it has to be personal photos, and it has to be a good mix between your Scentsy journey, your family, your hobbies, you know, whatever is you. You have to be yourself. And if you need ideas on how in the world, you know, what to post on social media, you're welcome to look at my page. You're welcome to look at my Instagram. Yes, Jessica. She said, no negative Nancy's, only positive Patties. I've always said positive Polly's, but, you know, same thing. But, oh God, I need some water. I'm like on a tangent. So, sorry, y'all. I don't know how loud that was. My husband says I swallow really loud and it's annoying. So, if that was loud, I'm sorry. But, anyway. Yeah, I don't even know how I got off on social media there. Whew, okay. Collect yourself. All right, so let me see what I wrote down. I wrote a few notes. So, you are your boss. That has so many advantages, but it is also hard. Like, you have to have systems in place. You have to, yay, Kelsey, I just got your message if you're on here. That's awesome. But anyways, being your own boss can be difficult. Sometimes it's hard to discipline yourself. Sometimes it's hard to force yourself because you don't have somebody saying, you have to get up and go to work today. You have got to get up and move today. You have got to do this and this and this today. You don't have that. You have yourself. So if you are not getting up each morning, getting your mind right, getting yourself in a positive mindset, and telling yourself that you have to get up and move, nobody else is going to do it for you. You control your success. You control whether or not you book parties or not, or get new recruits or not, or whether you know how the heck to do a Facebook party. You control that. You're the one that has the ability to teach yourself that. You have so much training at your fingertips. You have so many resources at your fingertips. It is insane. Like, way more than I had when I joined Scentsy. Jordan Andrews, how do you post about Scentsy without getting annoying to people? Like, how often? Sorry, I know you aren't talking about social media now. It's okay. So go to my page, like I said, and just look. Just scroll through there and see how I do my posts. there's not going to be just a ton of Scentsy posts because I do have a VIP group and a business page, and you all need to have that as well. You need to have a group that is private for your customers, where it's exclusive, they feel important, they're like your VIPs that like get to know things first, and they get to play fun games, and they get to have access to like new product releases early, and you go live in there and you do like Tip Tuesday and Wax Wednesday and Fun Friday and Motivational Monday. I always post something motivational in my VIP group on Mondays because I don't want it to just be all about Scentsy. I want it to be a positive environment for them, somewhere that's fun, inspiring, a happy place, positive place that's not just all about Scentsy, because I want my customers to feel valued. I want them to feel like more than a dollar sign to me, because they are literally the reason why I'm able to stay at home with my son every day. And the reason we have everything around us that we have, like they are my everything. So I want them to feel important and loved and valued, and not just Scentsy, Scentsy, Scentsy all the time, you know? So have your VIP group, have your business page where it is strictly business, and it's okay to be strictly business because that's your business page. Your personal page, like I said, needs to be a good mixture of your Scentsy journey. So if you're doing something that day that is because of Scentsy, post about it and tell how your life is being blessed. And if you're posting about your journey enough and people are seeing your life change, and then they start seeing you going on incentive trips, and then they start seeing you go to these Scentsy events and make all these new friends, that's obvious. They see what Scentsy's doing for your life. And when people start seeing your lifestyle change and the things Scentsy's doing for you, that is when they get interested in what you're doing. So you have to be consistent. You have to be posting daily in all of those groups. In your VIP group, your business page, I will tell you I'm bad about that, my business page. But I post every single day in my VIP group, my personal page, multiple times a day, because you have to think not everybody's on social media at the same times, and also my team page, because if I don't show up for y'all, why would I expect y'all to show up? You know, I have to lead by example and do what I'm asking y'all to do. So as a leader, you have to be consistent with your team as well. But when you're posting things that are Scentsy related, that is not just your journey, post pictures of your kids using something or opening their new buddy. Post a video of them opening their new buddy, a live video. Do a live video, a sniff session with your husband or your spouse or your significant other or your kids. Post pictures of your warmers like I did today. Like how you're incorporating them in with your fall decor or your holiday decor. What your house smells like that day and why you love it so much. Post a picture of your warmer. Like, try to do things that catches people's eye. Do not post flyers on your personal page. Do not. I don't even encourage you to post that on your VIP group. You always want to do personal things. You want people to see that you're authentic and that you are working your business and that things are coming from you. You know, it's really good to do like your own before and after pictures of your bathroom cleaner, your counter clean, what you're using it for, a stain you got out of your laundry with the Scentsy laundry, or something. I'm looking around trying to think, I don't even know, but a picture of the bath bomb you're using it, or a video of it to show how it's like looking all cool in your tub. Like, there's so many things you can do, but it just has to be personal and it has to be not salesy. Like, don't include links. If you do, you could like put it in the comments, but you don't need to be salesy. Like, if you post something and just share why you love that product so much, that's what's going to connect with people. They're going to relate to it if they see a picture or video, especially because they're going to think, ooh, I need that in my life for this reason. So make sure things are valuable, people can relate to it. And just think about what you would stop scrolling for. A flyer? No. Nobody's going to stop scrolling for a flyer. But if you have a picture that's really pretty, or a picture of your kid snuggling their Scentsy buddy, you know, something that's going to catch somebody's eye, a funny selfie of you, like whatever you have to do to get people's attention, that is what you do. I hope that answered your question. Bevan, yeah, Bevan just gave you the same advice, and she is great at that. A sniff session is just that. Yeah, let her sit there and smell. That's so cute. Let her sit there and smell all of it with you. And, you know, just tell your opinions, like why you love a certain scent, what it reminds you of, what season you like to warm it. Yeah, that's it. Just fun stuff like that. And it's fun to do things like that in your VIP group where they feel exclusive and they like to have fun in there and that you know they love Scentsy. But it's also important to share some things on your personal page as well. So I think, okay, no, that's not all. So discipline yourself. Like I said, you have to do something for your business every single day that is income producing. So let me grab my planner really quick. All right, so today, okay, so what I do every day or every night before I go to bed, I plan my next day before I go to bed. I'm just that kind of person. I cannot go to bed with a messy kitchen or a messy house, but especially a messy kitchen. I can't go to bed with a messy kitchen. I can't go to bed without planning my next day. That's just how I am. I don't know how many of you are like that as well, but that's how I am. And I will just lay there and just like my brain won't shut off if something is not done before I go to bed. So I plan my day the night before and I put my top 3 tasks that need to get done for my business the next day. And I number them of most income producing to least income producing, or most important to least important. Not the things that I want to do first, but the things that have to be done first. So basically, if you do number 1 and number 2, but number 3 is the thing you're really, really wanting to do, then it's kind of like a reward. Okay, I did number 1 and 2, now I get to do number 3. But you have to number them like that, because that way if you only get number 1 and 2 done, it's okay if you push number 3 to the next day if you ran out of time or whatever happened. But if you're getting your income producing things done and you don't get the fluffy stuff done, that is what matters. You get those income producing things done, you can do the other stuff later. You can do the flyers later, you can make the samples later, you know. So today I had to do, well, I had to post recognition for y'all on here, but that's just that, I don't count that because it takes like no time, and that's just something I automatically do every Wednesday, as well as this training. So I don't even count those things. The other 3 things though that I had to do was create my WIFBox sign up form and send that out to everyone to subscribe for my WIFBox. That is income producing because that is getting orders. I'm putting those in on the last day of this month, so I had to get those out so people can sign up and pay for their WIFBoxes and all that. If you're new and you don't know what a WIFBox is, join the group that is in the pinned post of this page. It's called the WIFBox. Amazing group. So many resources. You can learn all about them, and if you want, you can search my name on that group and see like all of my past ones that I've done and things like that. So anyway, that's just a little side note, but I had to do sign-ups for my WIFBoxes. I had to do customer follow-up with Maven. And my third thing, sorry, my planner's like a hot mess right now. My third thing was to make holiday flyers. I make my own flyers for everything. And I have, like, in my business page and my VIP group, I have a photo album for the Harvest collection, and then I always add a photo album for the holiday collection. And I put those albums in my Facebook parties as well. So I need to do holiday collection flyers, but that does not have to be done until, like, it is not top priority until my follow-up is done, my Whiffbox signups are done, like all of that stuff that is income producing. The holiday flyers can be put off for another few days if they need to. So that was one of the things I didn't get to today, but I did my Whiffbox signups and I did my Maven follow-up. So my income producing activities got done today. Some days, you know, it is okay to, like I said, to rest, but do at least one thing. So many things in our business can be done laying on the couch or laying in a hospital bed. I mean, I know people who have worked their business in a hospital bed for the longest time, and they did amazing. I mean, like 2,000 PRV a month. So you can't tell me you can't do it. It's just, how bad do you want it? How bad do you want to learn how to do the things you are not good at? How bad do you want to grow? If you're not confident, you have to build your confidence. Like I posted earlier, confidence is a skill. It's something that you have to learn. And like, confidence doesn't just come natural. It's something you have to learn. You just have to put things into action, and you have to move, and you have to practice until you build your confidence enough. So, I mean, y'all, when I started this business, I had no freaking clue what I was doing. No idea. My sponsor isn't even a consultant anymore. Oh no, I think I'm spilling my water everywhere. Okay, no, I'm not. My sponsor isn't even a consultant anymore. Okay. So many successful leaders in this company had no sponsor or no upline support. So if you are someone who thinks that your success relies on your sponsor or your director or your upline, yes, that is amazing to have, and I strongly believe in that, to have that support and encouragement from someone as your leader. But you cannot rely on somebody else to be successful for you. It's your responsibility. It's your business. You're an independent business owner. You have tons of resources, and you can do anything you want to do if you want it bad enough. So that goes back to having a strong why. So you have to show up every day for your business and do something to produce some money. Something to produce some money, okay? Even if it's working your business for 10 minutes that day, that's all you need. Y'all, I do not work my business much at all. Like, my son is my full-time job, okay? Not Cincy. Cincy is my full-time income. Well, full-time job, I was gonna say. But Cincy is my full-time income, but my kid is my full-time job. And I am able to work my business into that crazy schedule or whatever we have going on around here. I'm able to work my business whenever I can. I have to fit it into nap time or after he goes to bed, or wake up early, wake up earlier than him to get some things knocked out for the day. Or today I sent sign-ups, Whiffbox sign-up links. I sent those to people while I was cooking supper. Send voice messages while you're going down the road. Recruit people on the toilet at work. That's what me and Chloe Cox did a training in my leadership group last week. And she was talking about how when she was a nurse working 12-hour shifts building her business, she's an SSD now. She promoted to SSD while being a nurse working 60 hours a week. So if you think you don't have time, and she has a little boy and she's married, if you don't think you have time, you do. You have to make time. It's about priorities. But anyway, she was talking about how she used to recruit people on the toilet. Like, she would go to, when she would have pee breaks at work, she would be recruiting people because that was when she could work her business. So, and then she would be sending voice messages to like team members or customers on her way back, on her way home from work at night. So anyway, you can do it. You just have to make the time. If it's important to you, you'll make it a priority. You know, if it's not important to you, you won't. You'll make an excuse. So that's just the way it is. And let's see, what else did I have written down? Train yourself. I mean, you have to use your training center. You have to show up to these trainings. You have to train your brain every chance you get. You know, you have to be continuously not only training for this business, you have to be watching things and listening to things for personal growth, personal development. You have to. It is so important. You're not going to grow in this business if you're not growing personally. It's just like if you're not taking care of yourself as a mom, you can't take care of your kids like they deserve to be taken care of, or your husband. If you're not happy, how can you make other people happy? It's the same way in your business. If you're not growing and you're not, learning how to be a positive person and think positive thoughts and have a positive mindset and if you're not growing, how is your business going to grow? How are you going to pour into your team to help them grow? It's not possible. So it's really important to be reading books or listening to audiobooks. Listen to Girl Wash Your Face or read Girl Wash Your Face if you haven't already. Life-changing. And I mean, every morning when I wake up, the first thing I do is listen to something motivational or like watch a video or something to inspire me and get my mind in a positive mindset for that day. I'm not checking my phone. I'm not checking emails. I'm not checking Facebook. None of that. I don't even sleep with my phone beside me at night. It stays on the other side of the room, and I've never slept better. I dream every night now. I sleep so good. I literally wake up in the exact position I fell asleep in. I mean, unless my husband's home, then he's up tossing and turning all night, so I am too. But anyway, when I'm here by myself, I sleep so good because my phone stays across the room. I'm not obsessed with my phone. I know how to discipline myself when it comes to my phone. I used to be really bad about getting sidetracked on Facebook because let's be real, you open your Facebook app, want to do something, one thing pops up and you're like, oh, I gotta look at that, and then you end up going to something else, and then you're like, what did I even get on here for? Oh yeah, I was supposed to be following up with a customer. Well, look, you just wasted like 10 minutes or maybe even an hour. Like you can start scrolling on Facebook. Like if you have that much time to be scrolling on Facebook, you have time to be working your business, okay? Okay. So anyway, I'm very disciplined with that. I hardly ever scroll Facebook. Like I have people all the time, did you see this on this group? Or did you see where this person shared this? And I'm like, no, I don't get on anything. Like I'm never on groups. I'm hardly ever even scrolling my newsfeed. If I'm scrolling my newsfeed, it's usually because I'm trying to comment on some customers' posts or something to build relationships. Comment on 10 people's posts a day. Don't just like them. Comment on them. Interact with them. I also send happy birthday messages to everyone. I do not write on their timeline because they're probably not even going to acknowledge it. They're not going to remember that you did that because they're going to get like 100 happy birthdays that day. Message them, especially voice message. And you can literally just save a voice message and forward it to everyone. It doesn't have to be something you record constantly. So do that. Do those things on Facebook. Don't be just scrolling Facebook, wasting your life away when you could be making money and building a better future for your family. So be very disciplined about how much you're on your phone, and that goes along with family time as well. Making your family, your spouse, your significant other feel valued, making sure you're giving them attention. Do not be giving all of your attention to your business or your phone. Don't have your face in your phone all the time. Spend time with your family without your phone in your face and take in the things that really matter, And I mean, if you're constantly on your phone or constantly working your business, it's going to become something that your significant other or your kids aren't a fan of, and that is not what we want with this business. We want this business to do the opposite. We want this business to allow us more time with our families. We want it to allow us more freedom. And yeah, so I mean, just please, do not let your business take over. You have to prioritize. You have to be on the same page with your significant other about like when you're doing Facebook parties or when you have a Facebook event, a vendor event, or, you have to be on the same page. You cannot just be like, oh, hey, you're home from work. By the way, I have a Facebook party tonight. Can you watch the kids? Like, don't do that. Communicate with them. treat this like a job and, you know, treat it like a business, even though we are so blessed to not have to work actual job hours with this business. Communicate that with your husband or your spouse or your significant other, and don't turn it into something that is a burden for your family, because trust me, I've been there. I used to work my business all wrong, y'all. I used to do things that were just taking away from my husband, that were unnecessary, and would cause arguments because my husband didn't feel valued. He didn't have that attention that I needed to be given him, that he deserved. And he went through the same thing with his business. It was kind of a struggle. We're both business owners, so it was kind of a struggle with him too, trying to figure out a balance there. But we have finally found it, and we have finally figured out, you know, family is what matters at the end of the day. So you have to figure out how to make sure they feel valued and loved, and that you are taking in every moment that you can with them without your phone in your face. So, like when we go out to eat now, we don't have our phones. When we're driving down the road, I try my best, because he always drives, I try my best to not be on my phone. So, because that is like our time that we get to spend together, because he's usually gone 5 days a week right now. And so we spend that time together just talking and just being together when we're driving. So, you know, just find all the opportunities you can to spend that time together. Always put your family first, but you also have to make some sacrifices sometimes, and that's okay. And your significant other will probably understand that if you are always, if it's not an all the time thing. So I've totally got off subject, and I'm sorry, y'all, but I hope that y'all are getting some value from this. And I'm sure this is like, what time is it even? I always do this and end up talking for an hour, because I'm so passionate, y'all, and I just get like so into it. Where is my info button? There it is. Yep, 9:48. That's usually about what time it is when I start saying, okay, it's been a long time. So give me some hearts if you got some value from this. And I also want to tell you, when I'm talking about being your boss, being your own boss, and treating this like a job, that includes events like Cincy Family Reunion. That includes, like I said, showing up to these trainings, showing up to the Tuesday training calls that Cincy provides, showing up to Allison and Brian Dalkey's Tuesday night trainings, the online steps to success trainings. If you are not tuning into those every Tuesday night, you are shorting yourself, let me tell you, because they're so good. Allison and Brian have been with Cincy for over 10 years, and they are such amazing people. They're not only inspirational business owners, but they're inspirational as a couple. They're amazing people. And what else do you have to show up for? World tour that they do in the spring. Cincy Family Reunion in July. Yeah, July, because incentive trips are in June. Yeah, so reunions in July. You have to show up to these things, y'all. It cannot be something that you're just like, oh, I hope I can make it to reunion. It has to be a priority. You have a whole year to save for these events. There's no reason why you shouldn't be there. If you're not making investments in your business, how do you expect it to grow? Like, how do you expect to ever flourish? Like, you can't. It's just like being like when I was in the dental field and we had annual conventions that we had to go to for continuing ed. I had to go to them. It was my job. I had to go, because if I didn't, I wouldn't learn what was going on in the dental field at the time. I had to learn those things so that I could give my patients the best care possible and know what the heck I was doing, and, you know, all of the new things, and I had to do that. So it was just a requirement. I had to go. So it's the same thing. Cincy Family Reunion, you have to be there. If you want your business to grow, if you want to grow as a person, if you want to experience the culture of Cincy, if you want to meet some of the most amazing people you have ever met in your entire life, if you want to meet the owners of this company, you have to go to Cincy Family Reunion. World Tour, Haley, is kind of like a mini Cincy Family Reunion. So Cincy Family Reunion is, and let me pause real quick. If any of you want to go to Cincy Family Reunion and you're not in our reunion group for our team, you can request an add to that group. It is in the pinned post of this team page. Anyway, so, well, is it? It should be. Let me double check on that now that I said that. Pretty sure it is. It should be, but if it's not, I'll put it there. I think it's called Magnificent Superstars Take Texas or something. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay, anyway. Okay, good. So you did find the group. So it must be in the pin post. All right. Anyway, World Tour is like a mini reunion. So reunion is one time a year, and it's a 3-day event. And it is where everybody comes. And so World Tour is a mini reunion that they do multiple locations throughout the U.S. and in other countries. So it's a 1-day event, and it's just where, like, for us, it's usually Atlanta or somewhere like that that's close. Well, it's 2.5 hours away for us, but it'll be somewhere like more in your region that you can go to, and it's just a 1-day thing, and it provides training. You get to meet new people. You get to meet people from home office. You get free stuff. So it's really good to go to. It is a very low-key version of Cincy Family Reunion. So World Tour is amazing, but if that ends up being your first event before you go to reunion, just know that reunion is World Tour on steroids. Like, it is a million times better, but they're both so good. I go to every single event. The only event I have missed, and it broke my heart, but the only event I missed was Cincy Family Reunion in 2017 because my son was born 2 weeks before. So I couldn't go. So yeah, I think that's all I have for y'all. I got some heart, so I'm glad that y'all got some value from this, and I enjoyed talking to y'all, but please, 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 don't ever underestimate yourself and what you can do, because this business, y'all, it can do anything you want it to do for you. Anything. And I'm not lying, okay? Like, if you don't know my story, started out as a dental hygienist. My husband was in the Army. He got out. We were straight up broke. We went bankrupt. He lost his business, his trucking company that he started while in the Army. He lost his business. I lost my car that I had. He lost both trucks he had. We lost our motorcycles. We lost our house, our first house that we had. It was a gorgeous house, brand new house we had built for us. Lost that. We basically just started over from scratch, y'all, and we struggled. And I could cry thinking about it. And my husband was working so hard that he was just constantly under stress, and he couldn't work any harder than he was working, and he just could not get us afloat. And I was looked down on by his family members a lot because I did quit my job as a hygienist and was determined to not go back to that job because I knew what I could do with Cincy. They didn't know. They didn't know the potential of it. They did not believe that it could be anything. They just didn't know. You know, that's how I was when I first started. I had no idea about direct sales. I mean, I just thought I might make some extra income. I had no idea I could make 6 figures with it. So we started over. You know, I was working so hard to promote to director. At that point, it had been, I'd been with Cincy 8 months. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to promote to director. So I promoted to director within a year. And actually, I mean, I consider it less than that because I didn't even start recruiting until 4 months in. So basically, I promoted to director in 8 months. Yeah. So it's because I was determined, and I didn't let those people's opinions, you know, they didn't believe in me. They knew I wasn't making a lot of money, not enough to support us. And he was working so hard, and I was determined though, and I promoted to director, and then from there I promoted to star director and then superstar director, and I couldn't have done it without all of you. But you know, I had a why that was strong enough, and I still do. I always will. We dream big. We do not ever stop. We get to something, you know, we reach a goal, we're going to go to the next goal. We are not ever satisfied. Like, we're not trying to live a mediocre life. We're not trying to be average. We're not trying to please anyone else. We want what we want, what's going to make us happy, what is best for our family, We want our son to have all the things we didn't have. We want to have freedom. We want to have financial freedom. We are living not paycheck to paycheck. And we used to be living so paycheck to paycheck that I had to add up every single thing that I put in my grocery cart at Walmart in my calculator on my phone. I mean, that's how it used to be for us. Now it's not, because of Cincy. Cincy allowed my husband to start his business back up after it went bankrupt. Cincy allowed me to get a brand new limited 4Runner that I had dreamed of. Cincy is gonna allow me to trade that 4Runner for a Range Rover. You know, I don't know when that's gonna be, but that's gonna be my next vehicle. Like, that is what I want. And it's gonna allow us to build the house of our dreams. Like, obviously my husband's business, it provides majorly for us too, and I kind of miss being the sole provider of income, because I was for a while, and it's kind of a good feeling, but then again it's kind of stressful. So I'm like, okay, maybe you could just be the sole provider. But since he pays all the bills, y'all, all of the bills, like, I mean, it is crazy. So, I mean, and I started out paying a cell phone bill. I think that was like the first thing that I paid for with Cincy, like, because for a while it was just like play money. I think a cell phone bill was like the first thing I paid for with it. I mean, the possibilities are endless. I'm on my way to 6 figures. I'm going to keep going. Like, I want to have a group of 10,000 people under me that I can say these people's lives are being blessed. So anyway, since you can do anything you want it to for you, there are so many people that are living proof of that in this company. But yeah, I guess that's all I have for y'all. I know I keep saying that and then I start talking again, but I think that's officially all. So thank y'all so much for hopping on here, and just never underestimate yourself. Never, ever, ever stop dreaming. Please, I want to encourage you to dream with your significant other. And just believe in yourself, because I believe in you. And if you want it bad enough, you can do it. You can do anything you set your mind to. It's true. So before I go, though, I want to read this quote one more time that I read at the beginning, and then I'm going to put it in the comments for y'all to save. All right, so here it is one more time. Hopefully I won't like cry, because this training tonight made me emotional. So just show up as you are. You don't have to look or feel great. You don't have to be prepared for each challenge or know all the hows of every situation. You don't have to be fearless or have all the answers or be 100% ready. Nobody is any of these things. Nobody ever was. It's not about being perfect at all. You just have to show up as you are, despite all the objections and insecurities of your mind, despite each and every fear that threatens to hold you back, despite the limitations and criticisms others will place on you. To hell with it all. This is your life, your journey, your adventure, and all it's asking of you is to show up for it as you are. That's enough. That's more than enough. That's everything. So I love y'all. Good night, and I hope y'all have a great day tomorrow. Bye, guys.